If you're a female considering voting to Islam, then you should probably watch this video because I'm going to help you out in making one of the most important decisions of your life by telling you everything that they are afraid to share with you. Starting with this woman who really truly understands why it's such a good thing for a female to be part of the Islamic religion. Let's watch.
Did you know Islam was the first society to allow women to keep their last name in marriage?
You also know that in Islamic countries, women need male permission to work, study, or travel. You also know that in Islam, female genital mutilation has been practiced to make sure women will not enjoy sex. Did you also know that in Islam, if a woman being raped and she cannot prove it by providing 4 male witnesses, she can go to jail for adultery or even to be stoned to death? So that in Islam, a rape victim must marry her rapist to preserve family honor. Did you also know that honor killing is still practiced in Islam, and women that dishonor their family still being killed, and that practice usually go unpunished? Did you also know that in Islam, woman's testimony worth half of men's? Did you also know that in Islam, when a man want to divorce a woman, all we have to do is just say 3 times, I divorce you, while women have to go a really complicated, long legal procedure. And by the way, because I'm actually Middle Eastern and I know the Islamic culture very well, unlike some people here, I can even tell you the exact words that they're using to do so. And it's para, para, para. This is it. As you also know that in Islam, a man can have 3 or 4 wives when a woman only allowed to have 1. And did you know that in Islam, marital rape is not considered to be a crime because women must be available for sexual relationship all the time because she is his property? And did you know that non-Muslim women are considered to be permitted to be raped and to have sexual relationship with them? That's why we see a lot of grooming gangs and gang rapes in Europe. Did you also know that the Quran says that the men are in charge of women, and if your woman is disobeying you, you must strike her? Progressives love to portray brown people as magical oppressed heroes. We just saw Mamdani praising the Prophet Muhammad, and we all know who exactly he was. Let me be clear here. There is no such a thing Islamophobia. And if you keep lying about Islam just to be righteous, the 500,000 girls being raped in England, that's on you.
So you see, I didn't really have to do much to convince you, but if that video wasn't enough, don't worry, I've got some more for you. You see, it seems like this mental illness of people thinking that becoming an Islamist is actually a good thing for females might be a little bit off. Let's watch this woman.
So we gotta talk about something that me as a white person, very Caucasian, is a little, I don't know, a little spicy. I'm clearly like looking for religion in my life, and right now the closest people to me are Muslim, and I don't know, I kind of like don't want to convert, bro. But like I don't want to wear a hijab, and I also want to drink, so I don't know if I'll be a very good Muslim. But I don't know, I kind of like believe in Allah. Am I really? Oh my god, I'm really saying that. I don't know. Look, here's the thing.
If that was you, how do I say this nicely? It's not just about you not being able to drink anymore or cover your hair because you have beautiful hair. It's about a lot more than that. They treat people like you terribly, and this is documented, well documented over the years. This could be your future. You know, females don't really like to eat in front of men because it's embarrassing. Not me. I love to eat in front of men. I have no problem with it. If I'm hungry, your girl's going to eat. But this is how you could do it in the future in such a dignified way, under your veils. Not your veil, your veils. You could just be basically erased except for your eyes. So if you start crying, no one sees. But you could just be erased and get to eat under your sack of clothing. It's not just about wearing a hijab. It's not just about not being able to drink. You can drink just under your tablecloth. Bit off, don't you think? But it gets even worse because, as we know, it's not just about women who are married and have to hide under these veils. There's more to it. There's violence to this. Serious, serious violence. What it says here. Woman attacked and forced into a van because the color of her hair and not covering her face. I wonder if American LGBTQ protesters defending Palestine realized that their stupid signs, blue hair, nose rings, and pronouns would get them unalived within minutes of arriving in the Middle East. The police are literally, and the girls are taking her away. She's trying to not. She's fighting them, but her freedoms have been removed from her. Not only have her freedoms been removed from her, but the other women are now acting as the enforcers for the men. The men aren't doing anything. Just that girl. That girl and those two other ladies are now putting her in a van because that's what you become. You become reduced to property. As the girl said at the beginning of our video, we have seen what it actually means to be an Islamist female. Listen to this.
Enjoy sex. Did you also know that in Islam, if a woman being raped and she cannot prove it by providing 4 male witnesses, she can go to jail for adultery or even to be stoned to death?
Why would it be a normative thing that a female's raped by 4 men? I want you to think about that for a second. Think about the fact that for you to prove in Islam that you have been raped, people, men, have to have been watching, and that is a normative assumption. Not one other man, not 2, 4, which means that it is assumed that if you're going to be raped in a real way, there should be at least 5 men around. That makes a lot of sense. That's definitely something that I highly recommend you convert to. Listening and hearing the facts of what it means to actually be a female under Islam, doesn't this girl sound so misled?
Here's the thing. When I did refugee work in Turkey in 2016, and I was Christian, like very evangelical Christian. I've told you guys this before. I left not being Christian because I was so shook that all these Muslim people were just having a great life. Prayers being answered by Allah. Like people living a very good life. Women getting a lot of respect. I don't know, guys. I'm just kind of like, I don't really know. I don't know. Me turning to Islam would be low-key crazy. But I'm also kind of like, someone give me the Quran in English. Do you guys know where you can get the Quran in English?
Isn't that heartbreaking? Knowing everything that you now know. You could be like that girl who believes that it's a good thing, that it's a nice thing that they respect women. But now hopefully you're more educated because you've learned the truth of what it actually means to be an Islamist female. Here's a question for you. What's the female definition of heaven in Islam? Is it the same as the male? Do you too get 72 virgins? Or maybe when you look into it, you'll be surprised to hear that you get the honor of being one of the 72 virgins. Not something that they're going to tell you when you're converting, not something that they're going to remind you of. No. They're just going to make it about connecting to a God. And connecting to God is a wonderful, amazing thing. But there are better ways to do it than by joining a death cult. That's just my 2 cents on it, from one female to another. Thank you for your attention to this matter.